good morning, and well, good morning. How you guys doing? It's March the 2nd, Wednesday. Welcome to the channel, Stock Markets with Bruce, where we like to talk about the stock markets in plain English, if at all possible. It's your buddy Uncle Bruce here, trying to keep on top of the ever-changing world that we are part of. Have you seen the price of crude oil today? We are showing West Texas just a moment ago breaking $112. And we're just getting a report. Powell, we expect rate hike in March will be appropriate. This is just breaking on Bloomberg. With inflation well above 2% and a strong labor market, we expect it'll be appropriate to raise the target range for the federal funds rate at our meeting later this month. So we'll see how the market reacts to that. The Dow is up right now 149. I've got S&P up 15. I got the Nasdaq up 37. We'll see how the markets react to this. This is breaking news coming out of the Federal Reserve of the USA, and Powell figuring that there will be a rate hike in March. Now, we don't know how much, a quarter point, half a point. Talk yesterday was there might not be any rate hikes whatsoever, with lower rates being bid right now, being quoted on a lot of these treasuries. But he is talking now. I am noting right now the U.S. Treasury is rising 1.775 right now. Last quote. The German 10-year has just gone back to even. It was negative. It has just shifted to even. So rates are rising on bonds. And he wants to, if Powell wants to use the tools to fight inflation. 1.78 now is the rate of the rate on the U.S. Treasury. The U.S. Dow Jones is only up 134. We've lost 20 points here in the last 30 seconds. S&P up 13. Nasdaq is only up 29. This will be bad for markets temporarily. Good for bond prices, bad for yield. Or is it bad for bond prices, good for yield? I suppose. Yeah, I guess that's what it is. We're watching this closely, just breaking. The Federal Reserve, Powell is going to talk to Congress today, and in the speech he's going to give Congress, which is obviously now being released to us, he is talking about an interest rate hike for March, and we're going to find out more as the day goes on, I'm sure. And of course, the whole financial world will hold its breath at 10 o'clock Eastern time when he starts talking to the Congress. Federal balance shrinking to begin after rate liftoff, says Powell. This is the second half of this story, what we call easing. The tightening of the money supply will also take place. He is saying that the Ukrainian war's impact on the U.S. economy is highly uncertain at this point in time. So he can't predict that with any certainty. That makes sense. Who can? And we're going to see how this goes. The Dow right now up 146, S&P up 15, Nasdaq up 37 in the pre-market with 57 minutes to go before we open, and the U.S. Treasury at 1.78. The German 10-year went from negative about just about 1/10 of a percentage point to now positive just barely. So there's been an initial move on some of the treasuries. Nothing incredibly dramatic, but it is a notable shift. Crude oil up $8.63 a barrel in Texas this morning at 112.04, and crude oil in Brent, the European price, is pushing 113, 114 a barrel. There's been talk, just so you folks know, there's been talk about what will oil trade at in the next few weeks, months, if the Russian side of it is off the market. If Russia oil is not going to be acquired by European countries and it is in effect off the market, I believe I think I heard this morning, a quarter of all oil going into Europe comes from Russia. The rest comes from other sources. There was talk this morning that because it is already now impossible for shipping companies to acquire war insurance on oil shipments from Russia. You don't send a container ship into the Black Sea. You can't get through the strait where Turkey controls the strait in and out of the Black Sea to the Mediterranean. You can't export it that way. Russia is its oil is being cut off in certain ways. The pipelines are also in dispute here. How that's going to play out. So the talk here is that there might be serious price disruptions on crude, and some of the talk is that crude could reach by some 170 to 180 a barrel on the spot market, on the futures market. That is the overreaching talk that's out there. I'm not guaranteeing it's going to happen. I'm just telling you what I'm hearing in plain English. So in plain English, a week ago, we were talking of oil at 90, 91, 92, 93 bucks a barrel. Today, I'm telling you, oil is trading at 110 to 114 a barrel in less than a week. Next week and the week after, I can't tell you what it's going to trade at, but the prognosticators and the experts are going, we have never had a situation before where a country is completely cut off from the outside world to sell its goods, like oil. Oil is one of those things you don't mess with. You let it flow, in other words. Well, it isn't flowing very well out of Russia, and it doesn't look to be flowing very well out of Russia going forward for a while. So this, again, is possibly putting a squeeze on world supplies and putting a squeeze on prices on a temporary shock basis. And they're saying out there that this 111 price is not shocking at all. We've been to 140 a barrel in 2008, but the reason we were at I think as high as 148 a barrel in 2008 was because of the financial crisis that was being had with the collapse of real estate and everything else. Remember that 2008, 2000. Who can forget? If you were around, you remember. So we did move up to 148 a barrel for a month or so. The question here is, if we're dealing with a several months disruption of Russian crude, and this permeates through the system, where there are, say, regions of the industrial world that are short crude, that takes crude to a much higher price per barrel than we've ever seen before. And now they're talking 170, 180, which is $30 higher, $35 higher than what was at 148 back in 2008. Now, this is all without adjusting for inflation, because obviously since 2008, and it's 2022, at 14 years ago, we've had inflation since. We have higher inflation now. That means to me, we start seeing 140, 150 oil. If we see that, the talk will be 200 a barrel. So I'm just telling you what I know. I don't know. What I don't know is, what will gas go for if a barrel of oil goes for 180 a barrel? I don't know what a gallon of gas would be across the U.S. and Canada and Europe. I know it'll be higher, obviously, but I don't know how high. Do we go from, like in California, do they go from like $5 a gallon to $10 a gallon, or are the royalties and markups and percentage markups such that it'll only go to $8.50, or will it go to $12.50? I know that in Europe it will go much higher because of government taxation is all percentage of the price. So that'll just compound the problem. Canada, same thing. Canada right now has gasoline at the pump at about 150 a liter, 145 a liter, 150 a liter, up to 180 a liter, depending on where in Canada you live. And it could even be higher than that by now. Could it go to $4 a liter in Canada? If it went to $4 a liter, every dollar a liter is $3.70 a gallon, Canadian, for a US gallon. So $4 a liter is 4 times 370. It's 14.40 a gallon Canadian for an American gallon. That would be about $10, $11 US a gallon, just to give you an idea of what we're talking about. So, of course, driving an electric car or driving a four-cylinder fuel-efficient car would be a smart move. Driving an F-150 with a big old V8 engine in there might not be the right call for regular consumers. For professionals who need the vehicle for work, it is what it is. But boy, I can sure see that pickup truck sitting at home on weekends and the family car being used, the SUV being used instead. I can see Canadians and others quickly shifting to more efficient vehicles for most of their driving rather than using the big gas guzzler. Anyway, I'm just sharing what I know and what I'm hearing. It is unbelievable what's going on. We're at 111 right now on West Texas. We were just at 112. We'll see how this goes. The Dow still holding a gain of 167 points. Powell is in front of Congress today, the head of the U.S. Federal Reserve. He is going to talk about how the interest rates are going to be raised definitely in March. That's coming up in about 3 weeks. So we will get an interest rate run. If it's a quarter point or even a half a point, I don't think the market will care. The market will go, yeah, we've already priced it in. We're aware of this. The market has been thinking 4 rate hikes for the year, 1% higher, 1.25%, maybe 1.5% higher interest rates by the end of the year, putting us at 1.5 to 1.75% for the bank rate, bank to bank. That isn't going to change the economy all that much. The question is, will the rates go up 2% or more? And if the rates in the U.S. go up 1.5 to 2%, they will in Canada as well. They are already moving in the UK. They'll move in Europe eventually. What about Russia? Because Russia, the rates right now are 20%. Just overnight, they just doubled a couple of nights ago. Russia's cut off. If this war and the economic war continues on Russia, we may see Russian rates at 30%, like real problems. That'll just completely crush that economy over there. We'll see what happens. Anyway, there's your some of your comments in plain English from your buddy here as I'm reading it out. Sofi is 12.87 right now, 12.86.87 in the pre-market. We're up $1.67 right now. One of our viewers here was just mentioning about how Bank of America, Credit Savage, Bank of America gave SoFi a downgrade after the best earnings report yet. Bank of America took a cashier check deposit of 40 grand from a guy in my city and closed the branch the same day, stolen his money. Bank of America basically told the world that SoFi, they're downgrading it from a buy to a neutral. So they're just saying hang on to the stock. And they're putting the price target from $17 to $14. Bank of America initiated coverage 2 weeks ago, and now they're instantly dropping it after these really great results. It makes no sense. I have no idea what this guy or girl is eating or ingesting or in anything. I have no idea. Octavio, I used to drive my GMC Acadia. It had a V6 SUV 7-seater, and I saw the gas killing me as a daily driver. So I bought a 1999 Toyota Corolla from a grandma that couldn't drive. It had 26,000 miles on it, $3,000 for a new gas saver. Well done. This could be a much more common story going forward. As we go, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Let's see. Wolfgang, how you doing, buddy? Thank you for this donation. We're using Russian oil to produce green energy. Our priorities are backward. Thankfully, I bought Russian shares, and I have a little leverage on them. Well, if it works out, it works out. More power to you. Thank you for the donation, man. I appreciate it. Dave, he's going to dust off his CDL and join the trucker convoy there. Yeah, okay. I'm not going anywhere. I'm here in Vegas. Those of you who want to know, where's Bruce? I am in Las Vegas right now. We arrived, Jennifer and I, on Monday. Our daughter flew in from Calgary also Monday night. We were together last evening and saw that Beatles show at the Mirage called Love. It's the second time I've seen that. The first time was 8 or 10 years ago. Loved it then, loved it last night. Absolutely fabulous. You can't help but humming Beatle tunes when you come out of that thing. Very good, very enjoyable. And we're heading home to Calgary tomorrow. This is our last full day in Las Vegas for Jennifer and I and our daughter. The three of us will be on a plane Thursday, and we'll be back in Calgary Thursday night. I will be on the air today, this show, the afternoon show, and tonight, 8 o'clock Eastern Time, prime time with Uncle Bruce, live from Las Vegas. If you have any questions about the markets, what happened today, yesterday, what might happen tomorrow and Friday, join me live. The only glitch is the live show tonight, 8 o'clock, as it is every Wednesday night, is available to all Gold Bagel family members. Please become a Gold Bagel family member today on this channel. Hit that join button, should be probably down here. You can always upgrade your membership from your Chilling with Bruce membership to a Gold membership. Join us live tonight. Ask me whatever you want about the stocks or the markets, option writing ideas. We'll cover it all. That's what we do every Wednesday night, and it seems to be quite popular. 8 o'clock Eastern Time, Wednesday nights is when I go live with that one, and I'll look forward to seeing you. That's my schedule today. Tomorrow's schedule, Thursday, I will be on in the morning like we are here, but I won't be on in the afternoon. The afternoon is when we are traveling to the airport and getting ready to board the plane. So it'll be a one morning show tomorrow morning. Then Friday, 2 shows from Calgary, morning and afternoon, as per usual. I look forward to spending time with you again, of course. Thank you all. And nice to have you here. Rob, you ask really difficult questions here. Good morning, Uncle Bruce. What's better, the Beatles show or the Yoko album Larry Titus sent you months ago? You know what? I don't know how to answer this diplomatically, or how to say this. What I want to tell you is very difficult to say to you because I don't want to upset anybody. But I will just state a fact, okay? The fact is that yesterday's show, the Beatles show, I didn't see any reference to Yoko anywhere in that show. And that's all I'm going to say about it. It's not a positive, it's not a negative, it's just a matter of fact kind of a thing. You have to decide for yourself what that means. Okay. David is saying U.S. businesses' payrolls rose by 475,000 last month, according to the ADP Research Institute data, exceeding the 375,000 median forecast in the Bloomberg survey of economists. So that's good news. Economy improving. We're showing the Dow at the moment up 102, so we're back down from that 160 number. We were over 200 earlier this morning, but that's not holding. S&P is only up 8.5, and NASDAQ now only up 10 points. We are definitely slipping on these indexes as we're getting closer to the open. We're not holding the robust gains we were looking at earlier this morning. Crude oil, Texas is showing 111.51. 111.54 up 8.13, and crude was showing in the Brent price. Europe 112 to 113. I think it touched 114 this morning already. It's been quite amazing. Sofi, pardon me, is at 12.92 right now, up $1.75, 12.95 right now. 6 million traded in the pre-market, 30 million over 30 million last night. Alex is saying that Spire looks like it spiked to 235 with no volume, probably won't hold at the open. Now it went back down to 222. Nothing to see here. Laughing out loud. Yeah, Spire and some of these others, they don't trade a lot in these pre-markets, and so you never know what you're going to get. I'm showing a 22-cent gain on Spire, and I'm showing ATIP finally with a pre-market trade down 1/10 of a penny at 189. So there's nothing going on here. Smart Rent is up 21 cents this morning. 23andMe looks like it's up a nickel. Matterport up 4 cents. AMC down 6. GameStop is up 2.43 a share to 121.45. Rocket Lab down a dime at $9 on the nose. We've got over on Apple a gain of 16 cents. Goldman Sachs is up 81 cents. Cisco up 2 cents. Tesla up 5.51 a share. Arc Innovations up a quarter, and Microsoft down 40 cents. So we have a few moves, but not a ton, and we're watching everything closely. I'm just watching for the VIX. It's up 13 one hundredths of a point at 33.45. So not much change in the VIX at the moment. It was lower this morning by about a point or so, but now it's like kind of unchanged on the VIX. Corn is up, wheat is up, sugar is higher, lumber is higher again. We have certain commodities moving higher these days, especially wheat because of the amount of wheat that's grown in Ukraine and Russia. Russia is likely to need wheat. They usually do. China needs wheat, but if Ukraine can't export it, because farming in Ukraine might be a bit dicey this spring, we're going to have a shortage of excess wheat on the markets, which causes prices to go up. So there you are. That's your roundup here this morning of what we see going on. The Credit Savage is saying, "Hey, Uncle Bruce, if you're going back to Calgary, can you please go grab that Yoko Ono album? Our stocks need Yoko." Of course, I have to go to the storage unit and find the box with the albums, and then I have to find my stereo, which is also in storage. And I'm not sure if I'm that motivated for a 2-month stay to dig that much. But then again, your donations make all the difference. You want to pay me for it, great. I don't know if you have that kind of stamina this time around. What a YouTuber! I mean, what talk is that from a YouTuber to his viewers? But let me say, Yoko, she's in storage. We're at 1302 on Sofi. We'll see how this runs today. 6.3 million here. We're jumping around all over $13 right now. So you're saying that Yoko is a Stock Markets with Bruce exclusive? Got it, says DQ. And Charlie says to Rob, Uncle Bruce held onto the Yoko album, but it doesn't. It likely doesn't have Beatle albums, so that might be our answer. Blair is saying that doesn't like SoFi. Bank of America don't like SoFi. Bank of America analysts should take a ride to California and smoke a little. Maybe it would help with creativity. Let's see. Yeah. Oh no. Shank of America, a direct competitor to SoFi with conflicts of interest, who foreclosed homes on military families a few years ago and does business with Russia, doesn't like SoFi. Boo-hoo. There you go. Can Spire just go back to $18, please? Asks Rob. That's a pretty reasonable question. Uncle Bruce, in 12 hours a show. And what's with Calgary? How did you get there so fast? DQ, it'll be the box with the burn mark at the side. That's the one that with the smoke coming out of it. That's the one with the Yoko album in it. I read somewhere that Ukraine produces 20% of the world's wheat. That bread's going to be more expensive. Instead of $1,000 donation to play Yoko, how about like 100? I think we could muster up 100 right now. Bobby's laughing. Everyone's laughing. Eric, number 150 here. Bank of America can kiss it. That's incredible, says Eric. Eric is not impressed with the Bank of America downgrade on SoFi. There you go. There it is. We're up 88 on the Dow, slowly sinking here from the 160 high. S&P is up now 8 points. NASDAQ is up 19.75. We have 37 minutes to go before we start trading. You can see my Beatles love mug or plastic cup here. I picked up a Diet Coke yesterday. That was the other thing about this thing. Before the show, Jennifer and Jennifer Jr. wanted a little thing of wine, and I wanted just a soda to drink because I don't drink alcohol. And I said, what kind of cola you got? Because everybody on the strip that I'm running into it's Pepsi. It's Pepsi. And he says, oh, I've got Coca-Cola. I said, you have Coca-Cola? Yep. I said, oh, give me a Diet Coke, man. I'll take a big one. And can you get me a wedge of lime in there? Oh, I can do better than that, he says. I said, really? So he takes some wedges, puts them in a press and squeezes them over top of my colon, and then puts the chunks in there. Pre-squeezed lime in a Coke with a real Diet Coke, not Diet Pepsi. Oh, it was delicious. That's the first one I've had since the whole time I've been here. I can't find Diet Coke anywhere. Crazy. I have a feeling that the properties that are owned by MGM have signed an exclusive with Pepsi. Well, MGM owns half the strip. So, yeah, kind of weird. But that, inside the Mirage at the Beatles show, Diet Coke, I was very impressed. Very impressed. All right, give peace. I mean, give Yoko a chance, says Rob. Is today the day to write covered calls on SoFi? It is not the day to write covered calls on SoFi. Today's the day you leave SoFi alone. Today is the day you buy SoFi if you are trying to average down, because today is the day where SoFi might not be under $15 much longer anymore, possibly. Today's the day where SoFi is probably going to trade quite a bit of volume, and it's going to add to the probably over 100 million we traded yesterday between the regular session and the aftermarket last night. I think we did over 100 million shares, and I think we've wiped out the desperate sellers that were here last week down to 880 a share. They're gone. They're all gone. That's what I think. Uncle Bruce, China is playing chess and Russia is playing checkers. Putin has no idea that Z will backstab him quick and send troops to northern Manchuria to take back the land and help the West with the conflict. Well, we'll see what happens. LL is saying, I'm thumbs up number one, but I'm not trying to show off anything here. To Credit Savage, Uncle Bruce, hear me out. Russia can't take Ukraine. People demand action to have Russians leave, and China steps in and helps out, thus looking like the good guys. Then they move troops to northern Manchuria. You could be right. We'll see. Don't microwave cats saying, tip your Coke dealer well, Bruce. That way they'll always take care of you. There you go. You gotta take care of your Coke dealer. Well, there you have it. We are getting ready to open in 33 minutes. We're up 60 on the Dow, 4 points on S&P, and 3 on NASDAQ. I think we might be in the red by the time we get there, the way this is going. Crude is at 111.20 in Texas, up 779. We're watching the Brent market in Europe trading at 112 to 113 a barrel. Not looking good. Bitcoin is off 400 today. Ethereum is off $15. So some of those cryptos are off today. They're not doing well. Powell is going to raise rates with the Fed in March. It is confirmed. He is going to do it. He's telling Congress he's going to do it. So there you are. I'm just noticing a shot on the Dow. I just saw a flash a quote that the Dow is up 120 right now. I'm not sure whether I can believe that or not, but we'll see what we see. What else is going on? The Rocket Lab was upgraded yesterday by Stifel to $23 a share from $22. Target price was raised on Rocket Lab, and Bank of America this morning downgrades SoFi as a neutral from a buy, with a $14 price target down from $17. Go figure. These guys, they're obviously not fans of SoFi. And then again, they shouldn't be all that happy about SoFi, because I think SoFi is going to steal a bunch of business from Bank of America and a few others. We'll see how that plays out. Rocket Lab is 901, down 9 cents. SoFi now at 13 to 1301, up 181. GameStop up 292, 121.94. 121.94. AMC down 4 cents. Matterport down up 9 to 783. 23andMe is up 5 to 443. Spire looks to be up 9 cents to 222. ATIP is down like a tenth of a penny, rather unchanged. SmartRent looks to be up 21 cents to 661. No changes on Cyxtera. We have Apple looking like a 43-cent gainer. Goldman up 30 cents. Cisco up 10 cents. Tesla up 463. ARC Innovations up 12 cents. And Microsoft up 55. We have a very slight change here in our markets going in at this point. Gains definitely on Apple, Goldman, Cisco, Tesla, ARC, and Microsoft are all green, but barely green. That's what we're showing. We're going to watch this SoFi very carefully today. Closed at 11.20 yesterday. We were at 8.80 a share just last week, Thursday. Here we are, Wednesday this week. We're now looking at 13.01. And the question is, will it reach 15 in the near term or sit back at 12? I would bet 15 is in our future and maybe more, depending on just how the street reacts. But I suspect that SoFi has been wiped out. A lot of this loose stock that was available seems to have been picked off, and we might be done. Thank you all for catching up with yours truly today. We're in Las Vegas for the full day today. We'll be on tonight, 8 o'clock, with the primetime show, of course, for Gold Bagel members. And then tomorrow is travel day. I'll be on the air from Vegas for the morning show, and then tomorrow night we'll land in Calgary. We'll do our next show on Friday morning from Calgary and Friday afternoon from Calgary for the next couple months. Hoping spring will show up sooner rather than later. Wheat futures at a 14-year high right now. What we're showing here on the markets, wheat futures at 14-year highs, inflationary to say the least, and that is what we're dealing with here, unfortunately. Welcome, one and all, to Wednesday, March the 2nd. Great to see you. Let's see what's going on. What else is happening? Let's go. People are asking about how to get Chinese troops to Ukraine. I don't know why we do that. Uncle Bruce, is this a good time to sell some covered call leaps on SoFi? Since Powell speaks today, the market will tank once he starts speaking. So I want to take advantage of SoFi pop before then. I really don't know. I don't know why I would bet against SoFi when the chairman of the Federal Reserve is out and out telling us we're going to raise rates in March. Raising rates is good news for SoFi shares. It's a bank now. They have a bank charter. They get to charge more interest to their clients without having to put up a fight as to why they're doing it. They don't have to worry about justifying a price increase to their clientele for the company's loans and services. So this is good news for, as far as I can see, for Goldman, Wells Fargo, Citigroup, Bank of America. I mean, all the big boys are going to be more profitable with a higher interest rate environment. I don't see a sell-off on SoFi because of this news. But if you feel that SoFi is going to have a sell-off because Powell's going to talk the market down, he might talk the market lower, but I don't know if he's going to talk the banking sector any lower. I get the impression that with what's happening in Ukraine right now, what's going on there, I think that's good for the banking sector. Like, that's just better. It allows them to make more money, not less money. That's my take for the banking center. But we'll see how it goes. 1301 on SoFi right now is where we're at here. Spire saying, I get it. Now the final question. How much did it cost to get the license for the Las Vegas green screen? Well, you got to pay royalties to show off anything Las Vegas, You got to be careful. So you'll notice it's pretty plain Jane here. I'm pretending to be tired, like I'm yawning, but it's all fake, because I didn't stay up late last night. I was in bed at my usual time, but I'm giving you the impression that Vegas is wearing me out. And I hope it's working because, it's not easy putting on this act. I'm doing what I can. Anyway, that's all I can say. Let's see. They can't even put a lamp on the green screen. You should call them and have a serious talk due to that issue, says Blair. What else is going on? What else? What else? Everybody, welcome. Let's go. Yeah, Chris Edwards, Uncle Bruce, don't forget that short interest on SoFi is around 20%, and shorts have to cover. I hope it causes a nice pop to 17. Wouldn't that be great? That would be beautiful. What else is going on here? Let's go. Let's go. Credit Suisse maintains neutral on SoFi, lowers price target to 1550. So says our savior. Thank you, Savior, for that update. Let me take a look and see if I can find any kind of additional talk about SoFi from anybody else. Let's take a look here. The only thing I saw on SoFi was Bank of America this morning, and I'm looking at upgrades and downgrades on the Market Watch website, and yeah, I only saw the one from B of A. Although it's not to say that someone else hasn't done an upgrade or a downgrade, but at this point, I have nothing else to look at there. And let me double check here on a few other headlines over here. Yeah, Wedbush thinks SoFi Technology is going to recover as a headline that just came out. Wedbush analyst Dave Chiaverini maintained a buy rating on SoFi and a price target of $20. So that is still going. So that's SoFi. Let me write that up here. Wedbush. Okay, so we have Wedbush. It's a buy with a $20 price target. So there's good news there. We'll see how. We'll see if that has much of an effect. The stock's at $12.95 right now, yeah, the headline. One of the headlines earlier here was SoFi Technologies post upbeat fourth quarter results. Shares pop 18.2%. So there you go. Again, just positive announcements. I mean, no question. Positive announcements on SoFi. We'll take that. Volume now 7 million in the pre-market for SoFi, and we're at $12.93 right now on the stock. Sorry, I'm watching the TV at the same time, watching headlines here, and trying to keep you folks posted at the same time what's going on. And this is the pre-market. 23 minutes to go before we start trading. We were down in Asia overnight. That's to be expected. Asia was under pressure. Hong Kong coming up with 50,000 positive cases of the Omicron variant. They're having a real tough time with it now. And apparently, there are some stories coming out of Hong Kong right now about families that live in small, cramped apartments, which is common in Hong Kong, are having a real tough time adhering to government spacing requirements. Government of China, which now controls Hong Kong, even though Hong Kong has its own so-called administrator, they are very demanding as to how many people are allowed in so much square footage. And a number of the down and outers, these folks who are, the domestics and hardworking Hong Kongers, they can't have everybody inside their condo or in their apartment if they're all testing positive. And so literally, there are people in Hong Kong sleeping on the streets because they can't sleep in their own units. They're not being allowed in. It's really draconian. They have there's a shortage of space to house the number of ill Hong Kong residents in government facilities, and so people are sleeping outside. However they can handle it. It's rather unfortunate. It's really, really something. This is one of the world's most successful cities economically, or in the past, one of the leading financial centers on the planet up until a few years ago, until China screwed it up, and it is still happening, and it is not looking good. And that's the latest on that. Unbelievable. Cloaked is saying, hey, good morning, everybody. Let's go SoFi. I agree. Some analysts gave Matterport an F rating because they claimed growth too slow and too many liabilities. What are your thoughts? Poor Matterport is lumped into the meta. I don't buy it. I mean, I don't buy that notion. I think Matterport is a phenomenal company with unbelievable upside. The stock's up 9 cents this morning at 7.83. Way too low a price. I agree. Should be a lot higher per share, but I like the prospects for SoFi and for Matterport, excuse me, and SoFi, of course. So tomorrow in the evening there is no show. Not tomorrow afternoon. No, at 3 o'clock, which is evening for you, there will be no show. But there will be the first show, which is 8:30 Eastern time, and I think that's European time, about 2:30, 3 o'clock, 3:30. Yeah, 2:30, 3:30 Europe time. I'm on. Wavy gravy. So you mean other banks are not boasting about the new bank's potential? Go figure, huh? I don't give a darn what these analysts think, says Coyote. Chris Steps. Missed the start. Why would the Bank of America downgrade SoFi after a good earnings? Doesn't make sense. I don't know. I'm with you. Or the ending of the show is not there. Players confused. SoFi at 1563 pre-market. Really? I don't see 1565 on pre-market SoFi. I'd like to say I do. I'd like to concur. I'd like to say you're right. But I don't see Bama Bay. I don't see SoFi at 1563. Are you getting a different quote from another source? Because I'm not showing that right now. Okay, tonight is the 8 o'clock show. That's right. Tonight, I'll be on tonight, 8 o'clock Eastern time, which will be, 2, 3 in the morning European time, if you got nothing better to do. Yikes. Let's see, what else is going on here? SoFi is a threat to the current banking system. Good thing to throw mud at them. Looks like Noto will be on Bloomberg TV at 1:40 p.m. Eastern time. Okay, I'm thinking of taking some of my gains on SoFi leaps to average down some of these other SPACs that have been slammed. Any thoughts on why Rocket Lab is so unfavored? Some media saying price to perfection. I don't think Rocket Lab was or is anywhere near price to perfection. I think Rocket Lab is about $6 too low at the very least. So it is $6 behind perfection, in my opinion, and even that might be subject to more changes. We've got Leaps SoFi. Well, you know, if you want to, I would not be selling any Leaps on SoFi today. I would not be selling any of my call options on SoFi today. As a matter of fact, if you have SoFi call options that are going to be in the money as we move here now, I wouldn't sell any of them. I would use all of those contracts for poor man covered call writing. I would start looking at writing $15, $16, $17, $18, $19, $20 calls, short-term calls on SoFi to bring in premium if they show you some. If we reach this $15 a share level or higher, you want to look at calls writing against the calls you've been buying the last little while. Those of you who've been buying 750 SoFis, 8, 9, 10, 11, $12 calls on SoFi, all of them could be in the money here today, tomorrow, day after. And you might be in a position to start writing covered calls using those calls as your collateral for poor man covered call writing. I'll tell you, nothing would make me happier to read comments from you that say, hey, Bruce, I bought my calls for $2.50 a piece or $3, and I just received $1 in premium writing a covered call against them as poor man covered calls. This is so great. I mean, that's what I'd be really thrilled to see, that you guys are taking 30 to 50% profits, returns on investment by writing poor man covered calls against your SoFi in the money call options. That would be beautiful. Pardon me one sec. I got to put on a sweatshirt. For some reason, this room just got cold, and I don't know what I haven't done anything. I'm just sitting here, but all of a sudden I'm cold, and so it's time to just put the old sweatshirt on and guard against getting a chill. Anyway, there you have it. If after all, it is winter in Vegas, it is winter. They say, however, today we're going to be in the 80s here in Las Vegas. I mean, we're going to be in some really nice weather, apparently. Calgary right now is 19 degrees. We're going there tomorrow. We're going to land in 25-degree weather in Calgary. I mean, what the heck am I thinking here? We get the 37 and 43 Sunday and Monday, and then next week, Thursday, Friday, 14 and 16 for the high. Yuck. I call that not good. If I had to break it down. Vegas right now is 48 degrees out, but we're going up to 81 today, and tomorrow 81 when we leave town. So we're going to go from 81 to 21, 60 degrees cooler in a 2-hour, 30-minute flight. What's wrong with me? I'm going the wrong direction in my life. I need straightening out. In any event, I'm doing the best I can with what very little I have. Notice also today that for the third day in a row, the the Moscow Stock Exchange remained closed. No trading allowed on the Russian Stock Exchange for the third day in a row this week. Apparently, you cannot leave Russia with more than $10,000 on hand in cash. You've got to keep that back in Russia. We're talking a real problem over there, a big problem in Russia over there, lack of capital. Interesting. Vertigan, I am thumbs up, number 201. Carol is saying good morning. Good morning, Carol. And AB is saying the last I heard, ATIP has a $5 target. 1301 on your SoFi right now. Hey folks, by the way, I want y'all to know that your coffee will taste so much better when you watch the Uncle Bruce morning show while sipping from your Bagels with Uncle Bruce coffee mug. It's delicious. I got mine. How did you guys do? Fantastic. I hope everyone's getting their coffee mugs. That's neat. Bruce can read and display retracted messages. Cool. I made sure to buy back my SoFi cover call prior to earnings. Let's see. Credit Savage. Gowdy, me too. I have all my SoFi shares freed up. I'm itching to sell some covered calls. AB, Apple cuts out Russia, stocks go up. I wonder if there was a meeting in Cupertino doing a cost-benefit analysis of PR, private relations, versus ignoring a 100 million potential customer base in relation to stock price. Interesting, isn't it? Let's see. Elvis's Ghost, Magic Gold. Splair, I realized I was 4 minutes behind, so until my comment, it took a bit longer. Jason, a good thing that you're there in early March, Bruce. You don't want to be in Vegas during March Madness. Your room would be triple. Yeah, we wouldn't be here if it was March Madness. I can guarantee I would not be here, not paying those rates. No way. Uncle Bruce, time to get the parkas and the boots. No. They're too scared to open their exchange and face the consequences of their own actions, says Giotti. Wavy, I had bought a few covered calls last week at 62 for this Friday, just for a bet on earnings. I'll be happy to see the value of those at opening, and we'll be looking to take a profit, then get back into writing. I hear you there. Yeah, these short-term calls you got to sell, but if you own long-term calls on SoFi and you're in the money on those, you want to start looking at writing in the short-term covered calls against those as poor man covered calls. The higher these shares go. 1301, last trade on SoFi. Pretty soon, the richest man in Russia has 10,000 US dollars. Wavy says, I bought a few calls for this Friday, 1250s. Right on, when you're 50 cents in the money right now. Hopefully, you'll be a lot more in the money this morning as we get running. We're back up on the futures. We're up 159 on the Dow now. We're up 15 on S&P, up 42 on NASDAQ. So we've had a recovery somewhat on the futures markets. Good to see that. The crude price in Texas is still under pressure. We're at 109.06. No, make that 110.06, pardon me, on West Texas, up 665 today. And the last I saw on Brent was 112, 113 a barrel. I had heard this morning we did reach 114 a barrel at one point. Splair is saying, happy to be Polish rather than Russian, actually, still geographically. It's all happening in my neighborhood. A good part of my family would love to go down to Germany rather than stay in Poland, they says. Mr. Dr. Daddy Do, 12s for me, wavy. Shrugs. Now they did calculate that at all. I don't know what that means. BW, Bank of America, with a downgrade, they own the second most shares of any other institution. We know exactly why they put it on the new phone ringing. They're going to keep accumulating. Bobby, SoFi holding the 13 line. Maybe we begin there today. Splair, Gaudi, somewhat looks like that probably a lot of people there will in leverage positions at Bank of America, perhaps. We're at 1303 on your SoFi, 7.6 million traded. We are 10 minutes away from opening up for the day. The U.S. 10-year is holding at 1.7821. So treasuries are steady. The Dow's up 173, S&P up 20, NASDAQ up 56, the VIX down 0.14. That's positive, with the VIX fear index down just a tiny little bit. Russian companies collapse in London. Gazprom, Lukoil, SBER Bank are now considered penny stocks. They are collapsing over there, and that is why the Russian market won't open, because as soon as the Russian market opens, these stocks will reflect these pennies of value, and ordinary Russians will be wiped out officially. They're wiped out already, but not officially, because the shares haven't traded in Russia at these prices. As soon as Russia opens, they will, and it's not looking good. Of course, the Russian officials are holding off trading, allowing trades to happen, so that the hope is that the Russian army crushes the Ukrainian army and there'll be a rally on Russian stocks. But Russia is paying such a terrible price to fight this war. They're going to pay such a terrible price for being in this war in the first place. Amazing what's going on over there. Absolutely amazing. All right. Here we go. Nicholas is saying 7,000 SoFi in the pre-market. We must be in for record volume today. I heard if there were a war between Russia and U.S., the old Soviet game plan was to come down through Canada. Gaudi, I saw one Russian bank stock on our exchange that dropped 96% from 2 weeks ago. Larry, Uncle Bruce, the rich Russian oligarchs are moving their super yachts to the Maldives to avoid seizure from the Western countries. The Maldives do not have extradition treaties. Splair, if Russian market opens, all the leveraged positions should be forced out due to stop losses that kick in much lower, I guess. Gayoti, even if Russia ends up crushing Ukraine, people aren't going to suddenly think, oh, wow, I totally want to do business with these guys. Yeah, exactly. Lunatics. Deep value investing. Politicians that cancer this planet, all driven by greed and power. AB, if there were street fighting between Russians and Canadians, I imagine liberal use of hosier in combat. Oh, Canadians would just take their hockey sticks, throw a couple of pucks on the road, and take a few slap shots at these guys, and they'll just turn around and head back, because they can't stop the high hard ones. And of course, the 5-hole, you got to be careful about the 5-hole, because if you don't have protection, it's going to hurt. Yeah, Canadians are loaded. We'll see here. Bobby, Canada will go burn down the Kremlin next. That'll be a bigger White House. There you go. Russia will move on to Moldova next, says Vilbus. There you go. Apparently, in the New York Times this morning, there was an article that was released that says something to the effect that the number of inexperienced troops that Russia sent to Ukraine in tanks and armored personnel carriers and rocket launchers, it was a very high number of rookie, brand new soldiers that were first sent out there on the pretext that these are exercises. then they were given the kind of the story that you're liberators. You're going to be welcomed with open arms. They're going to throw flowers at you when you run into town with these military units. And apparently, what's been happening, I guess, is that because of the cold weather, a number of these machines are running out of fuel. Not the supply lines are a mess for the Russian army, or were the early days, and a bunch of these tanks and other units ran out of fuel, which meant they had no heat. And so these soldiers are sitting on the roadway in the countryside in the Ukraine, surrounded by snowy fields. And it gets cold at night in the Ukraine, and these guys are starting to freeze. And apparently, quite a high number of Russian rookie soldiers were surrendering to Ukrainians just to be taken indoors to not freeze to death. And then the other part of the article apparently was talking about a high number of casualties were inflicted because when these units ran out of fuel, they ran out of their ability to keep their munitions and your firing systems up and running also froze out, and they couldn't put up a fight when the Ukrainians came attacking these stranded vehicles. And apparently, a high number of Russian casualties are now being how do I say it? The Russians aren't admitting it, but the Ukrainians are. The Ukrainians are saying we've killed a lot of Russian soldiers who were unprepared, unequipped, and unable to fight us with the most basic of stuff. I mean, it's shocking. So we hear and see all these convoys of equipment moving on Kiev from satellite space imagery, but what's going on the ground apparently is different. And there are some reports of upwards of 4,500 Russian casualties, which unfortunately will mean that there will be a high number of funerals in Russia in the coming days and weeks from this campaign that the average Russian is not aware of, that it is this bad, because they've been fed this line that Mother Russia is saving Mother Ukraine from those Western hordes, and that the Russians, the majority of Ukrainians are praying for the Russian army to come and save them from the West. And of course, it's not the case. So now what does Russia bring back with it? Body bags? Yikes. So we're going to see how this goes. It's a propaganda war on top of everything else. I mean, don't kid yourselves. There's a lot of stuff going on here. Unbelievable. All right. Let's see. What else is going on here? Yeah, Coyote, Russians ain't the only ones born on ice and snow. Tough Canadian hockey players. They're no joke, History will note this invasion of Ukraine will determine the new world order, says Bama Babe Vergen. Turn Ukraine into Afghanistan 2.0. Putin, really? That was just the plan. AB, I heard someone comment that Biden is living in 1991. Biden, well, that's not so bad on the global stage. Putin is talking about issues and grievances from 1600 AD. So who do you believe? Coyote, that is how little Putin cares about his people. He will trick them into fighting a war and let them move towards Kiev like lambs to slaughter. Such a degenerate. Credit Savage, Uncle Bruce, the real talk about Canada, and many people don't know this. They don't know this. Without Canada, the United States would not have been able to take Normandy in World War II. Canadians are nice people, but they are also cray. Blair, didn't Russia move in from Moldova as well? Is it already Little Russia for poor? My Moldovan ex-girlfriend told me that in words many years ago. Bobby, Canadian stormtroopers, Blair, I think there were airplanes from Russia starting in Moldova on the 24th. Max, Putin thinks his country will be proud to suffer the consequences of his ego-driven assault alone, insane, dangerous. Coyote, the Credit Savage, he's saying, I recently watched a documentary about elite Canadian soldiers who fought in France during World War I, held and took some serious ridges from the Germans that helped turn things around. TIF, the Taliban made Zelensky a man of honor. Zelensky, maybe they could send some of their guerrilla experts to the Ukraine to teach the citizens how to defeat a military superpower. Credit Savage, we're opening in a minute. Some poor Russian kids were crying and calling their moms on video, saying they were lied to and told they would be liberating Ukrainians. Others were told they would be doing drills and exercises. Max also reports that some Russian soldiers were refusing to bomb civilians, Russian spies helping thwart assassination of Zelensky. AB, any military power that blunders such a military operation where they lose thousands of guys in such a short time ain't a military power. The savior reminds me when Hitler tried to take Moscow, the German military froze. Didn't make it, of course. Jason, just a sad situation altogether. Go to hell. I wish I was living in 91. Larry, I'm number 231. Watch United States still buying oil from Russia. Joanne, some of those young men fighting look so much younger than 18. Bobby, send in Rocky. He can stop Russia. Larry is ringing the bells. We are up and running. We're open. We're trading. Clay, unfortunately, Russia has numbers. The best Ukraine can hope for is putting up good resistance and not losing outright. As long as Ukraine doesn't lose completely, Russia can't win either. Bobby or Rambo, if he's available. Fettergan, saved by Larry. The bell has gone. Thank you, all of you, for being here. We're up and running. The Dow is climbing this morning. It looks like it's up 225 already on this first surge of trading. Let's take a look at these markets together, see where we're at. Got the Dow up, I think, 231, 227, S&P up 27, NASDAQ is higher as well. I'm looking at about a 72-point move. We'll keep an eye on this market. This will change dramatically very quickly. Apple is up $1, Salesforce up 8, JP Morgan up 67 cents, Keynote up 53. I note from Bloomberg over here, the Dow up 206, S&P up 25, NASDAQ up 62 at the moment. We've got Rocket Lab at 892. We're down 18 cents. We have SoFi at 1277 right now, up $1.57. Opening volume on SoFi, 1 minute into the market, 14.3 million shares. 14.3 million. We're at 1273 to start the day. 153 higher on your SoFi. GameStop 119.13, up 11 cents. It was up to 121 in the pre-market. AMC showing down 53 at 17.79. Matterport is off a nickel. ME down 4. Spire down 4. ATIP down 9. SmartRent is up 6. Cyxtera down a penny. Pennies are movement all over the place as we start the day off. A 191 point gain on the Dow so far. And we've got S&P up 23, NASDAQ up 60. The VIX is up 1/10 of a point only, so virtually unchanged. Rocket Lab still showing $8.98 on 275,000 shares, down 12. SoFi now 1254, up 134. 16.6 million volume in 2 minutes for SoFi. A lot of these trades are just getting processed here. GameStop 119.20, up 18 cents. AMC down 73 to 17.59. Not looking good. AMC's volume only 1.8 million this morning. No support from the gang at AMC here. It is under pressure. Matterport up 9 to 764 volume. 529,000. We were as low as 752. We're now at 755. ME down 4 cents on a volume of 33,000. The low is 434 right here. Spire 212. The low of the day 212. Opening on 12,200 shares. ATIP 179. The low of the day 177 on 72,000 shares. SmartRent unchanged, 640 last trade, the low 640, volume 16,500. Cyxtera down 1 penny to 1164. This is the low of the day. 1,400 volume. There is nothing happening here. We're up 208 on the Dow now, 24 on S&P, 51 on NASDAQ, and showing Texas oil, West Texas, at $110.50. We're up $7.09 on the oil price in Texas today. That is where we're at. A good start to the market. Half a percentage point for the Dow, about same for S&P, and a quarter point for NASDAQ. That's what I'm showing at the moment on these markets. Rocket Lab is now unchanged at 9.10. No change on Rocket Lab. SoFi at 12.46. We were at $13 in the pre-market this morning. We have not been able to maintain anything like that here. Right now, we're showing the SoFi market at $12.49 a share, up $1.29. Volume now 19.9 million, just over 20 million on SoFi. 20,500,000 in 4 minutes. Okay. We're showing Citigroup down $2, Morgan Stanley up $1, JP Morgan up $1, Wells Fargo up $1. For the big banks, they're higher. SoFi is higher at 12.37 at the moment. GameStop 119.15 up 13 cents. AMC down 45 cents to 17.87 a share. Matterport is now down 20 to 752. ME down a dime. Spire unchanged. ATIP down 8. SmartRent down 17. Sextera down a penny. Robinhood is down 27 cents. Vanik is up 209. Home Depot was down 4 cents, now plus 17 cents on Home Depot. IBM is up $1.05. Microsoft up 30 cents. Apple up 23. Goldman up $3 to 331 bucks. Cisco up 37 cents, 54.98. Facebook down 69 cents. Amazon down 15.85. Tesla up 6.30. Google down 11.40. Bed Bath & Beyond is up a penny. BlackBerry down 6. We got Royal Caribbean down 150 share, 75.14. We're off 50 cents on Norwegian. We're up 50 cents on Norwegian, and we're up 44 on Carnival, and we're up on Royal Caribbean 140. All three cruise lines are higher, even though oil and gas is at 110. Defies all logic. I cannot begin to tell you how these cruise lines are completely ignoring reality, or at least the shareholders and traders of these cruise lines completely ignoring the reality. And the reality is that it is likely cruise passengers will be charged a $10 per person per day fuel surcharge going on these cruises. So if you're going to take a 1-week cruise to the Caribbean, you and your wife, you just added $140 on the cost of your cruise. $70 each, $10 a day per person has just been added to your cruise. I'm certain that's going to be implemented if it hasn't already been announced. You cannot run these cruise lines at $110 a barrel or higher without raising prices. You've got to do it. All right, excuse me. That's what we're looking at here. Really interesting. Target up 8 cents. JP Morgan up $1. Costco down $1.50. Walmart down 50 cents. Nvidia up $3. American Airlines up 37 cents. Netflix down $4. Moderna down $1. So there's some mixed markets right here. The Dow up 195, 197. S&P up 23. Nasdaq up 35. We got Rocket Lab down 2 cents. SoFi at 12.43, up 123 a share. Volume on SoFi now 24 million. I'm surprised it's not even higher. It's not higher, but maybe it will climb higher as the morning goes on. GameStop is 120.39, up 137 a share. And AMC down 33 cents. Matterport down 26. 23andMe down 11. Spire unchanged. ATIP down 7.5. SmartRent down 14. Sextera down 1 penny a share. So it's a quiet opening with a 189 point gain on the Dow Jones right now. That is where we're at, kids, with this market. Two greens, SoFi and GameStop. They're both in the green. Spire is up 9/10 of a penny. Everything else is red at the moment, with the Dow up 201 roughly. Rocket Lab just went green, up 3 cents to 9.13. 12.33 on SoFi. The high and low for the day on SoFi, $12.25 for the low, $13 for the high at this early 9 point, 9-minute mark of the opening day of the market to open it up. 9 minutes into the market, that is the deal on SoFi. 12.25 last trade, 12.27. The Dow up 192, 193 at the moment. Unchanged on Rocket Lab again, up $1.07 on SoFi, up $1.47 on GameStop. Okay, West Texas is backing off 109.43. It's giving up a little bit of ground here, still up $6. And that's the dealio right here. Oh man, I'm stretching my back, and oh my gosh, it's not easy being in Vegas. It's not easy at all. Some people think being in Vegas is easy to do. It's not that simple. GameStop now, the Dow up 176. We're backing off a little bit. Rocket Lab down 3. SoFi up 99 cents to 12.18. GameStop up $1.08 to 120.10. Okay. All righty. Thank you all for being here this morning. Let's see. There's a wall of selling at $13 a share on SoFi, 368,000, says LL. And Nazareth, wow, look at all that BS with SoFi, up to almost 13.75 and after hours, down to 12.50 when the market opens. We're back in that 12.50 barrels area, says Bobby. That's where we are right now. Sold my calls for like an $8 profit as the price fell. My theory is the banks are shorting this thing. 23,000 wall of sells at 12.50, says LL. We're at 12.11 right now. Walls can be spoofed. Pretty unreal, SoFi, very unreal. When the manipulation stops, says Joe. Okay, what else we got here? SoFi down to 12.20. Unreal, yeah, 12.17 right now. And what else? You have to laugh at how absurd this all is. Again, this is just the opening. We're going to get through the first 20, 30 minutes. We'll see what goes on. And the markets will eventually figure out their play and where they're headed. The Dow just popped. It's up 238 now. Just took a bit of a shot higher. Rocket Lab is unchanged. SoFi is up 106 to 12.26. GameStop up $1.12 to 120.14. The Dow is holding a 224 gain right now. AMC down 29. Matterport down 28. At 23andMe down 9. Spire is unchanged. ATIP up down a dime. SmartRent down a dime. Cyxtera down 1 penny a share at the moment. Welcome everyone to the show. We've got green on all of the senior issues. We're up 370 on Bannock. We're up 220 on Home Depot. We're up $1.20 on IBM. Microsoft up $1. Apple up 64 cents. Goldman up 211. The Dow is up 230 odd points, 233. Cisco up 69 cents. Facebook down only 9 cents. Amazon down $19. Tesla up 10. Google up $3. That's the deal. We're up 238 on the Dow right now. Yeah, still green on a bunch of issues as we plug along here now. 13 minutes into the opening, we're up 238 on your Dow. Make that 239. Rocket Lab down 4. We're just hugging that break-even point. And SoFi 1224. Volume on SoFi now is 30,300,000. The low on SoFi, 1208, the high of $13. So this is a 92 cents spread between high and low. 30 plus million traded already on SoFi, now at 1232. A little better, up $1.12. There you have it. The question is Noto going to appear on Bloomberg? Is that actually going to happen today? Did someone not say that he was going to be on around 9:40? Wouldn't that be about now? Kind of curious if after the commercial break they're on, he'll be on. We're up 267 on the Dow, up 38 on S&P, and up 83 on the Nasdaq. 0.8% on the Dow, climbing nicely. 0.9 on Sofi, 0.7 on Nasdaq. We're climbing on all three indexes right now. 270-point gain on the Dow Jones. That's better. Rocket Lab down a penny. 1236 Sofi. 1236. High of the day, 13. The low of 1208. 1236 on 32 million volume on SoFi. Okay, GameStop 120.67 up 165 a share. Whew. Oh boy. Oh boy. Let's see. That 1250 wall on SoFi is down to 13,000 shares now. 1230 last trade on it. It's a nothing burger kind of day. I listened to the SoFi call, says BW, when the city dude with the $14 price target asked questions. Noto's CFO destroyed him with the answers. Did the same with the Bank of America dude. They're just pissed that they got schooled on the call. Interesting. That's interesting that they're doing that. 267, 279 on the Dow right now is the gain on the Dow. 279. Okay. 1216 up 96 cents on SoFi. Welcome to the show, everybody. Your buddy Uncle Bruce from Las Vegas, Nevada, as we're covering the markets as we open up here about 16 minutes into the day. Welcome all of you. We're up 297 on the Dow. We're going up through 300. S&P up 40, Nasdaq up 95. We're climbing on all three indexes. The fear index is dropping ever so slightly. And we got SoFi at 1220. We have Rocket Lab down 7 cents. We got GameStop up 224 to 121.26 right now. And we're keeping an eye on Bloomberg to see if Noto actually is going to appear at any time. I'm not sure if he's being brought in. I see right now headlines about the opening over there. AMC up a nickel now. It's gone green. Matterport down 17 at the moment. 1230 up $1.10 on your SoFi right now. Okay. Okay. That Dow up 323 now. We're higher. 323 on the Dow. Up 40 on the S&P and up 94 on NASDAQ. 0.7 to 0.92 gains on these markets is what I'm showing now. All right, let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Russian primary school children detained for anti-war protest. Okay. 1250 wall on SoFi, 28,000, says LL. SoFi 1236 up 115. Volume now 35.34 million. Low of 1208, high of $13 on SoFi. 1236 last trade. Rocket Lab 907 down 3. GameStop 120.46 up 144 right here. 338 gain on the Dow, 47 on S&P, 121 on the NASDAQ markets. Oh boy, we are watching all kinds of stuff here. Big, good move to start the day on the Dow. Definitely. VIX down 1.18 down to 32.14. That's very good. The VIX under pressure, very good sign. 319 gain on the Dow right now, guys. AMC plus 30 cents. Okay. Okay. Mm, mm. Oh my goodness. SoFi 1227. Okay. Alrighty. 13. No, that's not accurate. I'm looking at an old quote here. SoFi 1224. I'd sure like to see a $13 bid on this. Sure like to see a 13 handle on that SoFi. 1225 up 105. 121.49 up 247 on GameStop. Rocket Lab down 3 cents. Man, I would love to see a $13 handle on that SoFi and more. Indeed, I would. Holding a 319-point gain on the markets right now on the Dow Jones Industrial. S&P up 44, NASDAQ up 116. Okay. 1219 on SoFi right now. And Powell, the quote is official. He's going to raise rates in March's meeting coming up. They're going to raise a rate. The only question now is we know that, but how high are you going? Half a point, a quarter point, 3/4 of a point? What do you got in mind? We're all waiting to see what Powell announces on the Fed funds rate decision coming up in March. He will be in front of Congress in about 9 minutes or so, and they're going to bump up rates and tighten the money supply. SoFi 1208 up 88. 224 gain on GameStop. AMC up 18 cents to 18.50 right now. That is what I am seeing here. Early this morning, everybody. Welcome to the show. It's good to have you here. And let's see what's going on here. Curtis Savage not happy with how it's trading so far. Trading quietly, I will grant you that. Right now, trading quietly. Following these markets, up 320 on the Dow. That's looking great. 43 on S&P, 106 on Nasdaq. So good day for the markets. Will these gains hold, and can it infect our stocks a bit further? So far, not too much. Spire's now up 3.5 to 216.5. ATIP still down 13 cents. Smart Rent is up a penny. Sexter is up 13 to 11.78. So we have a bit of green here and there, but 23andMe down 13, Matterport down 26. We're up 324 on the Dow, down 9 on Rocket Lab. SoFi 11.96. This is a bargain. While these SoFis are available down here, you buy them. That's what you got to do. It's hard to do on a day we're expecting a shot, but when SoFi goes, ultimately these will be a distant memory. So my recommendation is try to get these shares if you can. That is the deal. The Dow up 330 points. Very good. Financials are the third best performing group. Energy is the best right now. Consumers up there. Healthcare is up there. Information tech is the number 6 most popular sector right now. And we got oil, and we've got S&P trading quite aggressively. All right, we're up 313 on the Dow. Rocket Lab down 12. SoFi up 74 cents. GameStop up 154. There you have it, kids. That is the deal right here. And I don't have anything else to report to you at this point. We're just watching these markets to see how they're going to fare. Yep. That's where we're at right now. Just getting through the opening here of the first 23 minutes of the day so far. 1191 on SoFi, 1193 on SoFi. Volume now is 41.4 million shares. That is better than most days. That is in 24 minutes. That's how much volume is going through here. It amazes me that this much trades and it doesn't go a lot higher, but I also will remind you that it is possible. A lot of small investors buy and sell 100, 200, 500 shares at a time on short flips. They try to get in and get out very quickly. If they're trading commission free, they'll try to buy, let's say, 1,000 shares at 11.95 and sell 1,000 at 11.98 and make a quick $30. Then they'll do it from 11.97 to 12 or 11.98 to 12.02. They'll try to get 2, 3, 4, 5 cents a share on trades back and forth. They'll also short to buy back, and they'll go long to go short. Like they'll buy to sell, sell to buy. And of the 40 million traded, it's possible 30 million of the 40 million is day trading on spec, just going with the momentum, and that the remaining 10 million shares is truly actual daily volume today. It's entirely possible that could be happening. And so we're getting fooled by the stock volume because of the small investors trading like crazy. I throw that at you as a precautionary thing to keep an eye on. All right. $12 on the nose on Sofi, up 80 cents right now. Rocket Lab 8.96 down 15. Sofi up 81 to 12.01. GameStop 120.95 up 193 a share. AMC is down 6. Matterport down 32. ME down 14. Spire up 2. ATIP down 10 cents. SmartRent up down 2, and Cyxtera up 18. We're doing a lot of jumping around right now on these smaller markets. A 325-point gain right now on Dow Jones. The atmosphere is good, but it is not coming directly to our favorite stocks at this point. Pardon me. That's what we're showing here. 1202 on your Sofi right now. Volume now, 44.1 million on Sofi. 44.1 on Sofi. Okay. A Farmalist is saying, I'm watching the order flow on Webull for Sofi right now. Massive blocks of red going down, very few green blocks. My attitude on it is take out all the sellers down here. If the sellers want out, let them get out here, let them be gone and done for, and they're finished. That's the end of them. And now we have this gap. Might be a $3-4 price gap between more available stock, and that puts us to 15 to 17 a share. Let them out and say goodbye. And those who are buying here are going to be very happy in an hour from now, 2 hours from now. Took out 1203 stock, took out stock super cheap, and we're climbing. Fair enough. 1230, there's a wall of 27,000 shares. That's not going to stop this market. With 40 million traded already, 27,000 isn't going to do anything to stop this market from going higher. Right now, Wavy Gravy says, good morning, Zed, from Wavy Gravy. 253 point gain on the Dow. S&P up 33, NASDAQ up 71. We're off a little from our highs, but still solid. SoFi, $12, even up 80 cents a share right now. I just got to stand up for a bit here. I have this bar stool that I'm using to sit down on, and I have to admit that after a while, you just can't take it. It's not very cushy, and gotta stand up and get the circulation going here on the body. So don't mind me as I do my workouts. Keep in shape for you and keep on top of these crazy markets. The Dow is up 268 right now, and we've got Rocket Lab off 18 cents to 892. Sofi at 1212, climbing again. Now at 1212. Sofi touched 1187 for a brief moment. That was 26 cents ago, 5 minutes ago. We're now at 1213, up 93 on 46.1 million volume on SoFi. So the day traders and others are now trading it up to this level instead of that 1187 level. GameStop 120 even, down up 98 cents, down from the $2 gain mark, now still holding a 98-cent gain. And the S&P is up 34.8, and the Nasdaq is up 71 points. There you go, guys. Breaking news out of Canada: WestJet Airlines said to be near a deal to acquire Sunwing. Sunwing is a charter company that flies to Cancun, Mexico, all over Dominican Republic, and other Caribbean nations. Sunwing would be an easy fit for WestJet to acquire, and then just acquire all of its charter operations, and then have it headquartered in Calgary, where WestJet is headquartered as well. Would make WestJet a larger player. Interesting. All right, that's the story. We're up 307 again on the Dow, improving again. And we're at 1203 on SoFi now, 119.95 on GameStop. And there you have it. That is the deal. Let's see. Yeah, aerobics in plain English. That's right. The aerobics in plain English with your buddy Uncle Bruce. Stand up with me and move around. Go to Vegas and do what I do. Oh, man. Just saw a purchase of SoFi of 294,000 shares in one shot. There you go. And the SoFi moved a lot over the last couple of days. Low was just last week. At a $3.50 difference from today, I think many sellers just want to secure the small profits they've made. WestJet is owned by something, Omicron on the market. That's right. They're owned by Onyx out of Toronto, big pension hedge fund operator. From new all-time low on ATIP is being said here. 178 down 11 cents. 173 was the low trade. Already this morning, we're now at 178 on ATIP. Absolutely amazing how cheap this stock is getting. 331 gain on the Dow. Bank of Canada says it expects rates will need to rise further. No surprise, the Bank of Canada will mirror the Federal Reserve. They will absolutely follow it. Bank of Canada has risen its rate by 1/4 point, it looks like, in the last just this morning. So it looks like Canada has raised its interest rate by 1/4 point. SoFi now 1210, up 90, climbing a little bit there now. 1208, 1210. So it's as we can see here, SoFi as usual is jumping about, oot and a boot, as we like to say in Canada. Come on, SoFi, 12.12. Let's go for a run to 13 and then go to 14 and go much higher than that. How about that? 12.12 last trade. 334 gain on the Dow. Looks like we're at about the high of the day here. Yep, we're at the high of the day, up 350 on the Dow now. 350 point gain is the high point here. Rocket Lab still down 18 cents. SoFi at 12.10. GameStop 119.01, down a penny on your GameStop now. AMC down 22, Matterport down 31, ME down 21, Spire up a half a penny, ATIP still down a dime at 178.8, SmartRent down 6, Cyxtera up 14 cents. So the gain on the Dow Jones of 358 points is not translating into our growth stocks at this point, not like we had the other day where we were going up and everybody else is going down. So we'll see how that keeps going. SoFi is the winner, up 89 cents at 12.08, where GameStop is now down 52 to 118.50. GameStop definitely running into some selling. AMC down 36. Rocket Lab is down. So everything is red except SoFi up 91 cents. Spire up a penny. Cyxtera up 14. Everyone else is off a little bit here. 376 point gain on the Dow. S&P up 44. We're up 72 on the NASDAQ. SoFi holding at 1209 as the one standout stock today. of the ones that we follow the most. A 375 point gain now on the Dow, 376. We're going for 400 points here. S&P up 43, Nasdaq up 78, and the Dow's up 1.1%. Nasdaq's only up 0.6. So the Dow is doubling the performance of the Nasdaq, which has been reversed lately. Now we're seeing this the other direction today. How these markets shift. Cheers to all of you from Las Vegas. I went and saw Love last night, the Beatles show, the Cirque du Soleil over at the Mirage, and I grabbed a cup and brought it home. Sucking on my Diet Pepsi. Had my coffee already, but I'm tired. I'll tell you that. I am tired. Anyway, Bank of Canada may surprise with more hawkish tone, markets are saying. Watching that closely. We take a look at a few of the little things here. Interest rates. The U.S. interest rates now on the 10-year Treasury, 1.799. So that's just about 1.8%. That is higher, definitely from this morning's low in that 1.71 range. Germany now is positive. Italy is higher. Spain is higher. UK is higher on interest rates. Powell testimony about to begin. He'll be speaking shortly. They're just gaveling in the session over there. European stocks today are positive. We've got a 1.2% gain on the FTSE 100. That's in London. DAX, Germany, up a half a percentage point. CAC 40 is France, up 1.4%. And the rest of the European markets are showing green this morning. Asia was red everywhere. 1.4, 1.6, 1.8% losses in Asia. On the U.S. front, the oil right now, 108.45 a barrel in Texas. That's a $5 gain. We were as high as 112 for West Texas Intermediate this morning before we started trading here. That was $4 a barrel higher. We have got a lot of volatility in oil. Right now it's at 108 in Texas. Talk this morning was that there would be shocks to the financial system if Russia stays off the market for a much longer period than people are wondering about. And there are some speculators out there saying that the possibility of West Texas and Brent hitting 170 to 180 a barrel is a possibility, not a certainty. We'll watch for that. Whew, that'd be crazy. 332 point gain on the Dow. Sofi back under 12, 1178. This is the low range of the day. 1173 was the low of the day for Sofi. We've had 52.3 million shares trade. The company cannot give us any better news than they have been giving us. It couldn't possibly get better. 1177. They got the bank charter. Took over a software provider. Now our latest quarter's financials are fantastic, and the shares are not surging as they were last night at 1375 last evening. They were pushing 14 last evening. 1184 is where we're at. That means this stock is a bargain. It is a buy here. Any of you who missed the boat, or you felt last night when it was trading in the 13s that, oh man, I wish I had bought some when it was down here, this might be your last chance. Could be the last day, the last hour, the last few days. I don't know how long the stock will stick around, but it's 1170, 1183, 1174, depending on which device you trust. Quite amazing that the SoFi shares are only at 1180 a share when they have come up with such fantastic results. But it is the markets, and we are in a war situation, which really, confuses matters and really screws matters up. And so we're having to deal with things that we don't normally have to deal with when it comes to just following a stock, and when it and how they make money or not make money. 1180 a share right now on SoFi shares. There it is. There's a huge option play on SoFi at the $13 strike price for this Friday, says Bama Bay. Bradley just picked up 28 more shares of SoFi, going to continue to average down 1,356 shares. Now go SoFi. Bradley, you keep picking up stock at this pace, you're going to get a seat at the board of directors. Well done, buddy. ARKK down 46% last year, says Duncan. Keep me posted. I have an appointment, says Duncan. Splair, on MA lines, it looks like SoFi would try again to go higher. If it breaks 12.14, we'll go higher. Let's see. I bought my 1,500 SoFi shares, says Nicholas. My initial cost basis of 16.1 has been brought down to 14.92. Well done. Great job. This is your chance, guys. Just can't catch a break on this SoFi, says Joe. 11.78. You buy it when it's cheap. You absolutely score it when it's down here, and take it away from the losers who can't hold it, don't want to hold it, don't know to hold it. I can't help them. I can't help those guys. 11.80 last trade, up 60 cents on SoFi. We're down 24 on Rocket Lab, up 222 on the Dow. We're down 150 on GameStop now to 117.51. 117.51 on your GameStop. Those of you who have written options, those 125s, 130s, keep your eye. As I was speculating this morning, I figured 115 to 125 might be the range here on GameStop. I know there are a few of friends here that have written 120s and 125s, and they're looking to get their stink bids filled on their GameStop shares. So keep your eye on your GameStop contracts. 117.50 down 152 on GameStop. This is the low of the day. Now 117.44, the low of the day. All right. Watching for option quotes on my big ass iPad here for GameStop. As of 15 minutes ago, 120s were 525 to 590. Something tells me they're lower than that right now. I'm wondering if they're down in that 4 level, maybe even 375 to 450 level. We'll keep an eye on all that. Hope you guys are doing all right with your options on GameStop, and taking advantage of these drops. 117.52 last trade there. 11.78 on SoFi, up 59 cents. We were at 13.75 last night. We were $2 higher last night on 30 million volume last night in the aftermarket. We're not getting that today, but we are heavy on trading. SoFi now has traded 56.2 million shares, but we're not setting new highs at this moment. The question is, are we getting through a whole bunch of loose paper that's being taken out here, and then we'll go higher? I really don't know. Yes. Oh, anyone watching SoFi last night? Note it closed on a stink bid at 13.24. Giotti, watching my GameStop calls get blasted. They're backing off. All right. And here we are. This week's been a bit scary, but today looks like the day to buy back GameStop. Ron Williams did the same. Nicholas picked up another 1,000 shares of SoFi. Shorters cover their own, says BW. Come on, Uncle Bruce, admit it. Salesforce rocked it, and they fly. We do the same with better numbers, and we go down, down, down again. Complete. You know what? Also, what's the deal with Spire? What's the deal with Spire? I have no idea today. We are up 237 on the Dow. Rocket Lab down 18. SoFi up 73 to 1193. Looks like we're climbing a little bit again. Yep, 1194 again on SoFi. We touched 1171 5 minutes ago. Now we're pushing to go back up to 12 again. GameStop 118 down $1, was lower at 117.44 today. What do we got here? We got AMC down 52, Matterport down 41, ME down 23, Spire down 2 cents, ATIP down a dime, Smart Rent down 5 cents, and Sextera up 8. Everything is down except Sextera and SoFi, the only two of our stocks that are not getting caught in the vortex Paint is drying on the television screen on Bloomberg because they're at the congressional hearing where Powell will read a speech. We already know what he's going to say. I don't even know why they bother even showing this stuff. It's just such a bore.
Canada raised their interest rates a quarter.
Yes, Bank of Canada, quarter point today, Jen. That's right. Jen is alive and well. How are you, Jennifer?
I'm hanging in.
Did you enjoy that Beatles show last night?
It's so good.
We enjoyed that Beatles show. I got my mug ready. I got my plastic Beatle cup here, and we did enjoy that last night.
I wonder how often they change it, because this was not the show we saw before.
Right. Mind you, it has been 8-10 years.
What? You think they changed?
You think they changed in 8-10 years? You know, those same dancers weren't there anymore. Those 28-year-olds are now 36, and they're not there. They're being replaced with other 24 and 28-year-old dancers. Why is it that these Cirque du Soleil performers are all in their 20s? Is it they can do this or this? Or is that it? Could I do it? I know I cannot do it.
It's pretty spectacular.
Sure is. It sure is, man. Oh, those kids in shape, I'll tell you.
That's got to be a fun job, is to come up with new tricks and
come up with new routines and the choreographers and
let's see if we can make them do that.
Oh my God! and how, all these props that they have, all these props they use to perform the set designs and stuff.
The floor
just
opens
amazing.
And closes and moves and
right
down from the ceiling and up to the ceiling.
Yeah, I mean the stage is not a round stage. It's not a rectangular stage. It's an odd angled stage with hydraulic doors everywhere, and then these cables come down from the ceiling that the dancers are attached to, and they come down from. It's like a 6-8 story building
and
inside.
Some are bungee cords,
and then they swing around and they'll drop like 6 of them at a time, and they come right down, and all of a sudden there's 6 people on ropes right in front of you.
And you think they're going to hit, but the floor has opened.
So and then that's right. They go down below the stage because it's opened, and they go right down in it. It's amazing.
So you're like, oh,
it's a pretty good time. Anyway, that's what it is. What else is going on here? People are wondering, like I am, what's going on. And here, BW, we're not doing good with our options, Bruce. SoFi is out of the money. Yet again, we just got to wait it out. 1202 on SoFi. Come on, SoFi. RSI on SoFi reached 35, oversold. Anthony, been with you over a year now, and the longer I am in the market, the more confused I get. SoFi has done everything it could to go up, yet it just gets pounded. My head hurts from banging the wall. Yeah, well, you just sit tight, my friend. Just sit tight. Your patience will be rewarded. Good companies eventually have good stock prices. $12 on SoFi. Volume now on our friends of SoFi, 59.5 million shares. Amazing. Rocket Lab at 895, down 15. A little improvement there. 118.12 on GameStop, still only down 90 cents. AMC down 47. Dow is up 205 right now. And we're watching NASDAQ has gone into the red. It is down 12, where S&P and Dow are still positive. So we have a split market right now. And that kind of explains why our stocks aren't doing so well. NASDAQ's market is off 18 points, nothing serious. But NASDAQ has broken away from the gains. And here, BW says, you said volume gets price rises too. We have a ton of volume. How come we're going down? Again, I can't account for those who are selling, but I can also pretty well guess that what's really going on SoFi at the moment is that there might be a legitimate trade for one share, and then there are 3 or 4 trades where there's day trading going on because of this huge liquidity. Eventually, though, this kind of volume dries it out and wipes it out, and the next thing you know, you don't go to 880, you don't go to 9 or 10. You go to 12 to 14 to 16 and higher. It's only a matter of time. Splair, good morning, Jen. Uncle Bruce or Bagel Gang, when is this talk from Powell? He's talking now. He's talking right now on the air. He's been on it for about 5 minutes. They'll be on here for a few hours.
It takes a special kind of person to watch all of
Oh God, John Anderson. Good morning, Jen. Clay, there's a lot of selling volume BW this morning, and it's overpowering the buys. Volume is just a total. Can have different sums. Bama volume does not mean anymore that a price of stock goes up. It's just as many shorting the stock as selling as those buying the stock. New algorithms set in place after GameStop saga. Bama, babe, that's my opinion. Right on. Well, this isn't the squeeze I was hoping for. It doesn't look like she's going to hold up over the next few days. We'll find out. It's when you think it's all over, it takes a shot. That's the way it is. 11.91 right now, up 71 cents on a market that's up 220 in the middle of a flash war in Ukraine. Vilbus, laugh a lot, had a GameStop stink bid in from earlier this week that I forgot about. It just hit to buy back my Friday 120. Kaboom! And Vilbus says, I sold my call for 11.55. I just bought it back for 3.55. Cool $8 profit on an option right on GameStop. You gotta love making $800 a contract. Sweet move. 117.76 on GameStop again. We're back under 118 again. The low of the day, 117.38. We're at 117.92 on GameStop. So those of you who have GameStop options written out there, the stock keeps dribbling down like it is, it keeps doing this, you're going to get filled on your stink bids. 11.95 to 11.98 on SoFi. Nicholas, come on, Bruce Sites, listen to Uncle Bruce. If we stop believing in SoFi, then it'll go up. Bama Babe is saying, Vilbus, that was a good play right there, making $8 on a contract in less than a week. That is sweet money. Yeah, Vilbus, you know what? I prefer to hold longer, but whatever. I'll take the score, and you should. Winners laugh and tell jokes. Splair on MACD, it looks now like SoFi could go higher or that it could drop, and on ME lines, it now looks like a little dangerous. So there's a lot of trading here. Vilbus, I think I could have squeezed another $1 or $2 out of this stuff. I could have probably bought them for $1 or $2 less. It's possible, my friend. You never know with this kind of stuff. 117.89 on GameStop now. The volume on GameStop today, 227,000. So it's quiet. There's your chart on GameStop. I mean, it had the uptick and then we're down here. Of course, the difference between low and high is 117 for the low, 117.38, 121.65 for the high. It's $4. It's just a $4 differential. SoFi right now, 11.77 last trade. We're 6 cents away from the low of the day. The volume, 62.2 million. 62.2. I'll take this volume every day because this kind of volume every single day moves this market higher. Eventually, it won't be here. Man, SoFi is going to go in the red. I'm calling it, says Austin. Splair, especially, I mean, it could be the end of the dip, but I don't know. I'm only hoping it's the end of the dip. Pathetic GameStop volume. That's what Coyote's saying. It's just pathetic. That's why it's predictable. Light volume means it'll back off. Heavy volume on GameStop is an up market. SoFi needs heavy volume. Don't forget, SoFi does have 800 million outstanding, 550 million free trading shares. So SoFi needs volume to flush it out. 11.85 last trade on SoFi. We just popped up again. We're up the low of 11.71. We're at 11.84 right now. 62.7 million volume. 252-point gain on the Dow right now. Holding that gain all right. We are up on the S&P 28, and we're now positive again on NASDAQ. We're up 14. West Texas still holding a $5 gain at 108.50. We were 112 pre-market this morning and 114 in Europe on Brent. So that is numbers we haven't seen in a while. Not record all-time highs for crude, but shocking that we were at 91 a barrel a week ago, and now we're at 108 in Texas, $16, $17 a barrel higher. I can tell you that the provincial government of Alberta, in Calgary, where we come from, The governments up there are smiling from ear to ear because their royalty revenues are coming in big time right now. And they were running huge deficits during the pandemic. All of a sudden, they're running surpluses like they can't believe in just a short time frame. The government coffers are coming in with money. But believe me, they have got places to put it. They're not going to be sitting on that cash. That cash is just going right out the door to bankers, bond markets, and healthcare and everything else. Paving roads, building bridges, funding schools, you name it. Off it goes. All right. GW, very happy with my latest GameStop covered call profit. I sold $125 expiry March 4 last week. I sold my contract, my 125s, for $9.45. I just bought them back for $2.05 right now. $7.40 profit on your contract. That pays bills. Making $700 in a week per contract. That's how you quit your day job. You can do that kind of work. If you're able to write 5 of those at a time and pull in $700 a shot every week or so, $3,500 every week on option premiums. Check out my lessons. Check out my lessons. How to do this. Go to stockmarketswithbruce.ca. Learn how to write contracts and earn these kinds of depreciation. See, this is beautiful stuff. Coyote, yeah, I'm staying in. ILL, 66,000 wall of selling at 1205 on Sofi. We're 1176 right now. Austin, well, I guess at least I can buy more Sofi at a discount. I'm just at the point where a guy needs one winner. There you go. Tiff, I sometimes wonder why there is so much pessimism in this chat. I know things could look better right now, but that's just how the market is. I believe our stock will raise on the long term. I'm with you. It's just hard to grind it out sometimes. Beach Boy is in the house. Available is nice. Wish me luck. I got a 255 bid waiting right now on his contract, and I think you've got March 4s for this Friday. 120s, if I'm not mistaken. That's what you're waiting on too. And I'm still showing him on my machine. 355 to 410 is what I got. You're within $1, my friend, and they're coming to you. 117.74 on the stock. 250 out of the money. 226 out of the money. They die on Friday. Here we go. Nicholas. Upside, SoFi is still up 5%. This might be a gap filling if so. The Credit Savage says SoFi trading is absolutely and abysmally disgusting. Definitely going to go with my gut next time. I knew the stock would tank. Should have sold some covered calls at the open. I'm a dumbass. And the stock isn't tanking. I don't know if that's the right word. Beach Boy, I have that same 255 bid on my 120. Waiting with you there, buddy. Coyote, it's hard to go from November highs to the lows to see today. Sometimes people need to vent. We ain't robots. I get it. LL, looks like SoFi is leveling off at this range. 1174 right now on SoFi. GameStop, 117.48. That is pushing the low of the day around on your GameStop. Just a little above it. Yes, Beach Boy says, I have written March 4, 120s, and I'm just sitting at 255. Come on, give them to me, baby. I've got a buy order in there. I put the money on the table. You can have 255 a contract. If you want, the stock now is 117.35, dropping within 17 cents of the low of the day on GameStop, and these contracts expire the day after tomorrow. So Beach Boy is doing it right, and so is Kent, and so are others on this channel, because these folks have figured out how to write call options on stock they already own. Why not make this dough? They're handing it to you. These option players are the gamblers. Why don't you take the money off of them? Write calls. Nicely done on the GameStop, kids. Curtis Average, I think with SoFi, what we're getting today is a reverse squeeze. Laugh out loud, get that ass kicked. There we go. Austin, is it normal for a stock to go up 20% after market, then tank the next day? I've seen everything. I've seen it all. There is no normal. There's just the markets. The markets do what the markets do. And sometimes you can predict it to a T. Other times you just kind of got to go with the gut vibe. And other times you have to take the initiative. And you've got to buy when prices are cheap and don't let it get to you. You got to learn how to do that. It's the toughest part of making money in this market. Putting money on the table when everyone else is getting out. And that's what the way you got to do it. Look at that ATIP at 170 something. This is crazy. This is ridiculous. But what can I say? By the way, look at the Dow. We're up 347 on the Dow. Climbing. Let's our TV comped out. Interesting. Up 347 on the Dow. Powell put the television to sleep. Our TV just cranked up. We're up 388 on the Dow Jones. So he must be saying something the market likes. We're up 46 on S&P. We're up 61 on the NASDAQ. GameStop just popped up a little bit, 118.25. I wouldn't worry about it. SoFi, 11.90. I'd like that. Keep it coming. We'll see how these stocks go. AMC still down 23. We're at 906 on Rocket Lab. We're only down a nickel now on Rocket Lab. The Dow up 358. Little program of buying came through there. 118.50 on GameStop, down 52 cents, a little better. Okay. Tiff, Austin, GameStop did it when Wall Street Journal posted the rumors about the NFT stuff. Clay, SoFi isn't tanking, but from the drop to the pre-market high looks alarming. Credit Savage, I don't know, Bruce. Whenever a stock goes down 15% from the last day, it's kind of tanking. It was 13.90 yesterday, today 11.60s. Beach Boy, can't have a bagel while we wait. Bobby, purchased a call for 14 next Friday at 20 cents. I have faith. Eric, Uncle Bruce, I'm trying to buy 5 shares of Google. What is a good stink bid? Not a stink offer. Stink bid is what you want to look at. By the way, Rocket Lab down a penny. SoFi 11.87. GameStop 118.21. Google, where are we at right now on Goog? It's at 26.86. So that's $130, and then about $134 is where it's sitting at. So, you put in a bid in there at 26.51. Maybe you'll get lucky at 26.51. I don't know. It's got to give you $30, but you never know. Maybe it'll give you $30. You never know. 314-point gain on the Dow. Rocket Lab down 2 cents. 11.84 on SoFi. 117.86 on GameStop. Coming back down again. Orion, Uncle Bruce, what does SoFi have to do to go up? We just need more buyers and sellers. That's all we need. It's simple. The buyers want to buy more stock than the sellers have available. It goes up. Simple as that. That's all we got to do. You buy when others are fearful. Exactly. I lost on my SoFi contract, still holding my 200 shares, though less than hoping like with the BTC. Splitter, maybe he's saying so much that the people went buying in for a nap after that? I don't know. Awesome. It's just weird. Stock pumps last night and then dumps the next day. It's kind of weird. Boston Surf Company, Powell said raise by 25 basis points. So if he's talking about a quarter-point raise, the market can handle that, no problem, because we priced in more. Jeff, the Credit Savage, he's saying it was $13.90 in the after hours, though. After hours and pre-market are wild. Credit, I know that's still a big swing. DQ, GameStop, 130s, sold yesterday for $5.39, just bought them back for $122. In viewer after viewer after viewer are making money on these call contracts that they're buying back time and again. We just hit a brand new low of the day on GameStop. We're at 117.14, the new low of the day on GameStop. You gotta love this. Looking good on GameStop. Oh, come on, big ass iPad. Stop screwing around on me here. Behave. 116.71, the new low of the day on GameStop, and that's why we are seeing fills. Stink bid fills are coming in here on some of my viewers' contracts. Powell supports a 25 basis point hike in March, says Rodrigo. That could have popped the market nicely. GameStop 117.49, SoFi 11.78. Coyote, the AM pump was for institutional investors. They took profit. Tiff, Austin, I know. I just stopped trying to use logic to explain market moves. It just makes no sense. Spire under 6 makes no sense. Rocket Lab falling after great earnings makes no sense. The list goes on. Here we go. Coyote, if someone wants me to buy back my GameStop covered calls, hey, they know where to find me, deep in the dirt down here. I'm way down here. You can always sell them to me down here. 117.49 on GameStop right now. We're up 353 on the Dow. Way to go, GameStop option writers. You're definitely getting your reward for writing these calls. As I say, 115 to 125 seems to be the range on the stock right now. You write your calls up here, the stock backs off, you buy them back, score some nice returns using the clock as your weapon to lock in some real nice deterioration. Shrinkage is what we're talking about here. Shrinkage of these contracts as time runs out on them, and the pricing comes running to you, and you score some nice returns. Well done, everybody, today. 349 gain on the Dow, holding a 41-point gain on S&P, a 54 on NASDAQ now. So we're green. West Texas is slumping a little bit, still up $4, $4.60 a barrel on West Texas, but we're at 108.08. We were as high as 112 this morning on oil for West Texas. Rocket Lab is down 7 cents to 903, trying to come back. Sofi hanging around 1170, up 50 cents. GameStop 117.39, under pressure here at the moment. The low of the day 116.71. So we're watching GameStop jump around a bit. Speaking of shrinkage, I got my girlfriend to watch Seinfeld for the first time. We're doing a full watch of the show. There you go. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. Well, congratulations, I think, is in order. Way to go. 360 gain on the Dow. Pretty good looking start to the day on the Dow. We're up 1% here, whereas S&P's up 0.93, which is good, but the NASDAQ's only up a third of a point. The NASDAQ should really be up about 150 to join the Dow right now. It hasn't done it. So we'll see if it will do it or not. That's the question. 905 on Rocket Lab, down only a nickel now. 386 gain on the Dow, another 20-point jump. We're going for 400 points here. SoFi 1180, GameStop 118.03, down 99 cents at the moment. There you have it, kids. Those are the markets here as we have started our trades for the day. It is Wednesday, March the 2nd. I'm going to be on this afternoon at 3 o'clock for the final hour of trading. Don't forget to catch me for that. And tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern time, if you are one of these guys over here, a Gold Bagel family member, 8 o'clock tonight Eastern time with Uncle Bruce in prime time. Happy to answer your questions and go over your trades and see how we're doing. Especially you option writers. We've got all kinds of stuff to talk about, you option writers. Lots of fun there on the option writing side of things. 1188 on SoFi, a little better, up 62. Rocket Lab down 1 penny. Rocket Lab down 1 penny to 910. The Dow up 435 points. We're climbing here. We just added 100 points in 5 minutes on the Dow. A very good run here going on the Dow Jones. 448-point gain right now. That's the high of the day at this moment. 54 points in S&P, 97 on NASDAQ. Thank you, Ron Williams, for the donation on PayPal. Thank you, my friend. Little slot machine money. Appreciate that. Uh-oh, said Jennifer. He just got some slot money. Where are we at here? 117.56 was the recent trading on GameStop, showing 118.07. SoFi 11.86, up 66. Rocket Lab is green, up 4 to 914. Finally, a second green bar We're up 3 on Spire, and we're up 2 on Cyxtera. We got a couple of greens. ATIP still down 5.5, but it's come back. ATIP was down to 173. It's now 183, down only 5.5 cents. So ATIP a little better. Keep coming, man. We're down 19 on ME. Matterport down 41. AMC down 35. GameStop back to 117.80. SoFi 11.88, climbing a bit more, and we're up 4 on Rocket Lab, up 440 on the Dow. Man, oh man. Let's see. Fantastic news there. Just heard from my editor. The video is up for the class. I can now upload lesson number 12 from last Saturday, rolling over options. I'm going to be able to upload that on our website today. So check the website later today. You'll be able to get your hands on lesson number 12. All kinds of strategies on rollovers. We covered a ton of ground over there. Let's see what's going on here. Got here. I can't pronounce this. Chaiverini. Cheverny rated SoFi outperform with a price target of $20, saying the company is poised for strong growth over the next 5 years as its brand makes progress among younger people. That is out of Barron's. Good to see. Coyote, I get to join the primetime show. Woohoo! Right on, buddy. Zed Estate. Good morning, old bros. I sold GameStop 140s at 476. They expire next week. Shall I buy them back and rewrite or wait? There's a good question. Well, let's take a look here. You wrote 140s expire next week. So let's take a look at a refreshment here on this contract. We're at 117.18 on stock. Now, my quote is probably a bit behind, but let's see. It could be accurate. So you're talking March the 11th, 140s that you wrote. And I see them now at 219 to 240 bid ask. You wrote them at 476. So if you were to sell those, buy them back, let's just suppose, and you were getting them around this 2 to 210 range, something like that, as the shares are backing up, well, then you're scoring, a 260, 270 gain, right? Not bad. Now, what can you do? You could theoretically, for next week, you could buy these back at 140 and turn around and write 130s for maybe 360. You could write 125s for next week for 505. If you buy these back that you have now and sit on the sidelines, and if the shares pop back to 119, 120, 121, then you could look at write 125s for next Friday. You might even get closer to $6 and then put in a stink bid in the mid twos for those. You might get that too. So Zed, you've got a couple of options or choices here. You can wait this out as the shares continue to meander about here in the 117.20 range. They're under pressure. I'm just showing them now at 116.81, so they're obviously falling again. So your contracts are quickly dropping, probably now below $2. So, if you scoop them at 151, 156, 141 stink bids, something like that, pop them in there. You get them that cheap, wait for a little recovery later today. If you get one, you might want to rewrite. Coyote, my SoFi is 1169. My bid got hit. I got him, he says. I'm showing 1192 now. Last trade on SoFi up 72. Rocket Lab down 1 penny at 9.10. GameStop 117.30. We're jumping around here. 116, 117 now on GameStop. Dr. Walter, Coyote, I'm the same with my wife. Very little free time. So over 1 year in, we have still only got to season 6 on Seinfeld. Beach Boy, Coyote, careful when you get to re-watch the chapter about the wedding invitations. So on Seinfeld. Coyote, $13 average on SoFi looks so good. Right on. Scully, Oppenheimer analyst Dominic Gabriel also gave SoFi an outperform rating with a price target of $18. We're at 1188 on SoFi. We're cheap. Tiff, stocks move higher as investors watch Powell speak, and the market this makes no sense. We're up 400 on the Dow right now. Ron Williams sold my very profitable $10 call options into the market this morning to finance my SoFi stock purchases. Right on, Ron. Jeff, Coyote, I did the same with my wife. Only made it to season 1, episode 5. Laugh out loud. Coyote, she didn't like season 2 gets better, says Coyote. Splair, had to start laughing about your explanation. And George, Jeff, Coyote, she did like it, but got distracted with other shows instead. I've seen them all, of course. DQ, Uncle Bruce, long a Goldman Sachs 350 expiring 318. Time to cut and run, question mark, 318. Yeah, you may want to make a roll. Maybe get out of that one and pick up a further down the line contract, but at a lower strike price. You got to get in the money, man, if you're going to write calls on that for poor man covered calls. Jeff, GameStop below 117. It's 117.39 right here. This message is a bit old. I'm a bit behind. Xavier says, I could not find that Bank of America is the second largest holder of the stock. As someone said earlier, it's Vanguard, actually. It could be just through, it could be an old filing. I don't know. Not sure. Farmhouse, I have a resistance line at 1167 for SoFi. It keeps getting close and bouncing back. It's hit 3 times in the last hour. Hopefully it can stay at or above, then take a shot this afternoon. 1186 on SoFi right now. Let's see here. Sold 2 GameStop covered calls last 30, says Coyote. Just bought back for 72 cents. They came for my little dirt home and gave it away. Thank you, good folks. Well done. Sold those for over $5. Bought them back at 72 cents. Beautiful write on those contracts. That is how you do it. Coyote feels good, man. I love it. Beach Boy, Uncle Bruce, you're saying that she managed to get that, what was it? Something edited between one roll of the dice and the other. We know.
Oh, he thinks I did it.
What's that?
He thinks I did it between rolling the dice.
Did what?
Got the video of the class. I think that's it.
No, that wasn't Jennifer doing that. It was Emily doing that. Emily is my editor. She's not here in Las Vegas. The class edited between one roll of the dice and the other. We know she's there with you all. Yeah, Jennifer's here, but Jennifer doesn't do the editing. I have a separate editor that does that, and she just got it done this morning. So she's been working on that for 3 days. Splair, SoFi finally ending the dip with a soft bump. SoFi 1178, GameStop 117.09. Jeff, Coyote, nice job. I wrote for 9 and was going bid at about 5. I'm still waiting for my 4 others to hit. Clay, season 1 and 2 of Seinfeld are a totally different show compared to the later seasons when the show finds its footing. That's true. So, Splair, good to know. I'm still somewhere in between season 2. Splair, but the release of Dying Light 2 disturbed the possibility to go into Seinfeld. DQ, thanks, Uncle Bruce. That 350 was in the money for a long time. I bought it last September. DQ held it too long and got 2022. I see what you mean. All righty. 391 gain on the Dow Jones Industrial. Rocket Lab is down 2 cents. SoFi at 1181, up 61. GameStop is 117.09. The GameStop contracts are slipping. Hopefully, many of you are able to keep buying up these calls as they come down to you, and you're scoring on your option rights. Anyway, thank you. No, we know you got Emily hidden there somewhere. Oh, here. She wishes she was here. As Blair, as he's laughing with Beach Point. Yeah, she wishes she was here, I'm sure. We're up 384 on the Dow, up 41 on S&P, 42 on NASDAQ. Oil is up 474 to 108.15. Rocket Lab is positive a penny again, 912. It's just coming back. SoFi 1182. Volume on SoFi now 74.6 million. I think we equaled yesterday's entire day volume on SoFi, the entire day. So could that mean we get another 70 million shares of buying on SoFi today? Would we go up a couple of bucks from here? Have we wiped out all the resistance? I'm asking. I don't know. I'm hoping. 117.70 on GameStop, down $1.32. Contracts are dropping like rocks today in value because they're running out of time. The time meter, the sand clock is just eating up these contracts, and a number of our viewers are scoring beautiful gains on writing call options against GameStop. GameStop is definitely delivering the goods. 1183 SoFi, 1186 on SoFi. Let's go SoFi. 414-point gain on the Dow. The Dow likes what Powell is saying. Whatever he's saying, they like it. Anyway, there you have it. 422 gain on the Dow right now. Go, baby, go. Jen, what are we going to do for breakfast today? We don't have any food in this unit, We don't.
No, we have chocolate.
I think we are going to go to.
I've always got chocolate.
I think we're going to the buffet today.
We'll try the buffet.
Yeah,
It's
we'll be.
always good, yeah.
We're going to be leaving in the not too distant future. I don't think I'm going to make it to the 3-hour mark because usually by now I get a bagel, and I have to go and get my food. So that means I can't be on the air for the entire 3-hour window. But we're watching with great interest what's happening right here. 438-point run on the Dow. We're pushing a new high of the day. We're up 7 on Rocket Lab. We're up to 1187 on SoFi. We're down to 117.88 on GameStop. So some are moving up, some are moving down. We're up 2.5 cents on Spire at 215.5. ATIP at 180, 179 now. It's jumping about. Sextera unchanged today. So there you are. We've got Home Depot looking good today. Home Depot is up $10 to $330. Vanik up $4. IBM up $2. Microsoft up $2.20. Apple up $1.70. Goldman up $2.15. Cisco up $1.20. Facebook up 24 cents. Amazon down 11. Tesla down 11. Google up 6.36. So we got some good moves on some of our big cap stocks. And what you want to do is look at selling into strength when you get it. So if you can see, for example, let's see, Home Depot wants to keep going into this level here, the 335.40 range. There might be opportunities to write contracts there. IBM, 125 to 130 range. There might be opportunities to write contracts there for a week or two. Microsoft, definitely an opportunity. We're at 297 on the stock. So writing 298s to 300s that expire, maybe 300s expiring next Friday, might be the move. Apple, 164 to 165, writing 168s to 170 for next Friday might be coming into your wheelhouse. Goldman, 330 up 180. We need Goldman up another $5 or $10, and then you can look at 345s, 350s against the stock for next week. Cisco, 55.72. We're looking at writing 57s to 60s for next Friday if the stock wants to give it a little more performance. Lots to consider, lots to watch for. We're up 6 now on Rocket Lab. SoFi, 1184. GameStop, 117.76. There you go. Anyway, there it is. Clay, I think I'm going to take you up on your offer. Go and get your food. Have this live show be an empty chair. We can talk amongst ourselves. I'm not going to do that. Kent, traveling with Bruce, are the beds comfy at where you are? I think we've all figured out where you are. Usually stay at the Delano or the Venetian, but wanted to try something new. We'll be in Vegas in a few weeks. I'll tell you, this place, it's kind of an Egyptian kind of a place. It's tired. We're in the pyramid, and it's tired. Our unit, while large, I think we have 1,000 square feet up in here. It's a large unit, and we got it at a good price because
not everybody likes the elevators.
Right. It's a large unit, and it's not March Madness, so it's cheap now, but it's not going to be cheap as the month progresses. But if you ever do stay in the pyramid, it is a unique building. They do have 2 towers. The elevator ride up here is unique because the elevators are located in the corners of the building, and you're inclining at 38% in an incline because it's a pyramid. And so your elevator you're standing flat, but it's not moving straight up and down. It's moving this way, like sideways. So you feel that little move on your body. You're going, well, this isn't straight up and down, but you get used to it. Delano and Mandalay Bay are, I think, fresher and perhaps a bit newer. I could be wrong on that, but this property is tired. It's
Mandalay's pool is open.
Mandalay's pool is open, but the pool here is not. So
It's
there's
in the mid-80s today.
yeah, but we're cooling off into the 60s a couple days. So
Well, because we're leaving. Yeah.
well, we're leaving, and we're the warm people. You know, we bring the warmth and charm to a place. Now we're going to try that trick in Calgary. I don't think it's going to work.
I don't think it's gonna work.
Think it's going to work at all. Anyway, there you have it. So yeah, if you're ever here, it's a unique place, but it has its limitations. But in any event, the bed was comfy in this suite. Yeah, very much so. King size bed, very comfy. Clay is right. Snoop Dogg managed to do the same, leaving with a long show online and being online when he was muted. All the people in the chat could send themselves smileys on Twitch. Alex, are you staying at the Luxor? Maybe. Oh my. Are you really in a building that exists in a video game? Can we get a discount if we mention you? Kent, good to know. Thanks. We'll stick to Delano. Yeah, I mean, I don't know Delano at all. Never been there, but looks quite new from here. I'm. It's our first time here. We've never been here before. We always wanted to try this place, and so now we've been here, and we got a really good deal. I shopped all over Vegas for a big room for a low price, and this one scored. It scored. So lucky timing, right location. The room was right. It all worked out. So this time around, here we are. Next time around, I have no idea where we're staying. Kent, I like the Cosmopolitan, says DQ. We are now up 5 on Rocket Lab to 915. We're at 1181 on Sofi, up 61 cents. GameStop is 117.16. Now at 117.03. So we're coming into some more selling resistance here on GameStop. The win was nice, but that was quite a few years back, says Rob. DQ, Kent, Delano is great too. There you go. So hopefully GameStop contracts will keep coming your direction out there, folks. You'll be able to score your buybacks as you hope to, as the deterioration of these contracts continues unabated, because time is running out on these options, without question. I'm showing 120s that expire on Friday at 320 to 380, so they're definitely coming down. And I'm showing the 140s for next week now at 205 to 250 bid ask, so they are deteriorating as well. Very good. DQ is saying to Kent, the Vidra, VDARA is good if you want a quiet spot to go back to. No casino. Very quiet place. See, there you go. Some tips to come to Vegas. Absolutely. Rocket Lab 919 up 9. SoFi 1182 up 62. GameStop 117.33 at the moment, down 169. All right, we're going to shut this show down right here. I'm going to say thank you all for being with me today. Thanks for hanging out with us today. Jennifer and I so do appreciate it. We're going to go get something to eat right now, and I'm going to come back and get a nap. Kind of need one. And then we'll get ready for this afternoon and tonight. So I'll be on at 3 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock for Gold Bagel family members right there. Just become a Gold Bagel family member or upgrade your existing membership, and you're in, baby. We'll be talking about what's going on here today on all kinds of stuff. Congratulations to those of you who've been able to buy back covered calls on GameStop all morning, making money, and I'm sure more of you will be doing that as the day progresses. Well done. Kent saying, DQ, we tried Vadra, but we loved Aria. Rob, bon appetit, Bruce and family. Thanks, Rob. Bobby, enjoy your Diet Coke. You betcha, man. Enjoy the rest of your day, Uncle Bruce. Everyone else says LL Splitter. Have a good breakfast, Uncle B. We'll see you later on tonight. False, tip your Coke dealer. Don't forget to tip your Coke dealer. We're up 422 on the Dow again, climbing yet again. Up 11 on Rocket Lab, 1189 on SoFi, 117.27 on GameStop. Joanne says, thank you for the fun show, Bruce. See you all later. Chase says, thank you, Uncle B. Blair. Good luck with all, especially Uncle Bruce, with finding something against starving. Yeah, I hope there's some food here. Vapo Rub number 312 thumbs ups. Thank you for all of you doing the thumbs ups today. I forgot even to mention it today. I appreciate those so much. You guys are great. You just automatically make them happen. I love it. Hey, Rob, thanks, buddy. Put it all on black, he says. Thanks, man, for that donation. Put it all on black. Thanks, pal. John, thank you. Mallow, I'll catch you later, too. Thanks, you guys, so much. We'll see you a little later. We're looking okay. Not too bad today. Let's see what happens. Later, gang. And Larry, buffet time. Enjoy Uncle Bruce. Yeah. I'll get one in. Thanks, guys. See you at 3 this aft. Thanks, Bruce. Eric. Thank you, Eric. We'll see you at 3 this afternoon. Okay, guys? Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm going to put this one up for Rob. I love that right there. That looks so pretty and orange. All right, guys. We'll see you later. Bye for now.